everyone, welcome to Yoga LJ. My name is LJ. I'm a yoga teacher and a registered nurse, and today I'd like to talk to you about the bandhas. Hopefully you saw my previous video about the Vayus and the Nadis, because the Vayus and the Nadis is the broader picture of energy. And now with the bandhas, we're going deeper in towards the body by using techniques on how to channel the energy and redistribute it. So we're channeling the Vayus and redistributing the energy by using the bandhas. So I will link the video at the end of this one in case you missed it. And so bandhas are known also as locks, internal locks. Another way that bandhas can be perceived is as combining energy or uniting energy, or also as holding energy captive. And so there are three main bandhas. I will touch on all three briefly, and then I'll go into more detail in each one of the bandhas. So Uddiyana Bandha is the bandha at the navel center, and this is an abdominal retraction. Basically, we're engaging the core by pulling the navel center back and up, and that's Uddiyana Bandha. And then we have Mula Bandha, which is at the base of the perineum, and this has to do with holding energy. And there's Yalandhara Bandha, which is higher up. It's known as a chin lock. We lock the chin to the chest, and this bandha is used to collect energy to then use it to create a surge of energy. Uddiyana Bandha is at the navel center, and the navel center is 2 or 3 inches below the navel itself. And so this bandha, what we're doing is we're redirecting the flow of energy and we're uniting energy. So just to recap on the Vayus, we have prana and apana. So prana is connected with the inhalation, apana with the exhalation. They're two different opposing energies. And so with Uddiyana Bandha, what we're doing is that we're uniting these two energies together and combining them. And when you combine two energies together that were different, now the combination creates a different energy, which is samana, Vayu. So in the video about Vayus, you'll learn about samana. And so by retracting the abdomen back, the navel center back, at the end of the exhalation, we're taking the apana Vayu, which normally would leave the body, we're lifting it up, and we're also uniting it with prana. And so they're uniting at just above the navel, and then the action of us trying to ascend, lift energy, then becomes Uddana Vayu. So by engaging Uddiyana Bandha, we're taking energy that normally would leave the body, we're rechanneling it to lift it, combining it with prana, and then redistributing it so that it ascends up the body. So that's Uddiyana Bandha. And as we retract the abdomen at the end of the exhalation, we're also activating the transverse abdominal muscles, and we're also activating the Manipura chakra, the third chakra, which is the relationship to ourselves. And this has to do with personal power, and it's a fiery energy. So this is why it becomes very important to activate Uddiyana Bandha, because when we activate Uddiyana Bandha, not only are we redirecting energy so it ascends up the body, we're activating the Manipura chakra, the fiery chakra. And when this chakra is activated, it creates heat, fire in the body. And that fire then fans and awakens the lower chakra, the Muladhara chakra, where the Mula Bandha, other bandha, is. And it is believed in the yoga sphere that there's a dormant energy at the base of the spine. It's called Kundalini energy. And this energy is dormant until it's awakened. And the action of bringing fire, waking up the chakras, working with the Vayus and the Nadis, this helps to awaken that dormant energy so it rises up Shushumna Nadi, the main Nadi, up the spine. And so by engaging Uddiyana Bandha and the Ashtanga practice, not only are we engaging the core and finding more lift and lightness in our poses. We're also redistributing energy to combine two different types of energy, prana and apana, together, which creates samana. And then that then ascends up the body through the nadis. And so we are also waking up the chakras and ultimately dormant energy in our bodies that needs to be awakened. Moving on to Mula Bandha. So Mula Bandha is at the base of the perineum. And whether you're male or female, the location is slightly different. So if you're a female, the Mula Bandha is the top of the cervix. So you would constrict the top of the cervix. And for men, the Mula Bandha is in the middle of the perineum. It's inside the middle of the perineum. So you would constrict that area. And what we're doing with Mula Bandha is that we're holding energy. So different from Uddiyana. So Uddiyana Bandha, we combined energy. But Mula Bandha, we're holding energy. So it's not seeping through the body, because normally the energy at the base of the perineum gets excreted. We lose energy in that place. So we're constricting that area momentarily to help build heat and hold the energy. And so for Mula Bandha, at the end of the inhalation, we engaged Mula Bandha at the perineum, or the top of the cervix for women. When you finish the exhalation, you release the Mula Bandha, and then you engage the Uddiyana Bandha. You suction the navel center back and up to combine and lift energy up right before you inhale. And so those are the two lower bandhas. And as I mentioned, this creates heat in the body, awakens the chakras as well, which ultimately awakens the Kundalini energy at the bases of our spine that is dormant, and also helps open the nadis. The nadis are those tube-like structures, the 72,000 wire-like structures we have in the body that need to be cleared. So the use of the bandhas helps to clear that as well. In addition to building heat and rechanneling the energy with these two bandhas, we're also ascending energy from the more grosser, heavier, denser parts of the body, and we're lifting that energy to more subtle areas of the body. So working from denser energy to more subtle energy, the reason why that's important is because when we start working with the chakras. So the chakras in the lower body are denser and heavier, have a lower frequency, and as we go up the chakras, the frequency starts to get lighter. And that's what we want, because we want that light energy that has a high frequency to it, to raise our consciousness. And so the bandhas, the lower Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, using both of them in tandem in the yoga practice is helping us to ascend energy and lift up to find those higher frequencies. And then moving on to Jalandhara Bandha. So Jalandhara Bandha is the chin lock. And so this bandha is higher up, and this bandha is used differently. So here we're accumulating energy by locking the chin to the chest. We're compressing the nerve tissue and glands to accumulate energy, and it's accumulating in the neck and the cervical spine. And then when you release the chin lock, what happens is you get a surge of energy that goes up to the brain. So we're accumulating energy like a dam, and then the energy is building and building and building, and then you release the dam, and then the energy surge goes to the brain to awaken parts of the brain that are not always normally awakened or not as awakened with that surge. And so that's Jalandhara Bandha. This bandha is connected with Vishuddhi chakra. Vishuddhi chakra is in the neck and connects the physical body with the head, with the brain. So it's like the bridge between the head and the body. What it does, because it's connected between the bridge between the head and the body, it takes consciousness and it transforms it into an audible sound, because it comes out through our voice box. So consciousness is now transformed into our voice and what we're saying. So you can see how this energy is much lighter. It has less form than the lower chakras that are more tangible, and we're getting more ethereal as we rise up the body. So overall, activating the bandhas helps to build heat in the body, redistribute energy, combine energy so that we can create higher frequencies of energy and ascending it up the body. In addition to that, it also gives us insight into the chakras, and it brings equilibrium, sense of balance in how we're feeling. So it's a very important part of the Ashtanga practice. It's also very important in the pranayama practice. And I hope that you start to integrate these in your practice, and I will be integrating the bandhas and the Ashtanga videos, and you can expect that for the next video coming up. So I appreciate you being here. You can drop any comments or questions below, and I hope that you have a greater understanding of the bandhas, and perhaps now more how that's connected with the Vayus and Nadis. And as you continue to be curious about energies and working with energy, you'll continue to also expand your awareness of it. Thank you, everyone. Bye.